our support team, whoever's working for you or with you, family. Let's set everybody up for success. We want everybody to be happy to support us and happy to be in our lives. And it could be a blessing or a curse to people. So decide what you want to be and know that we affect people very deeply. So let's be the blessing. Let's be the inspiring one. Let's be the one that they love being around, whose energy is clean and elevating, just being next to her, let alone conversating with her. This has been like one of my affirmations for years now. And I've had confirmations of it many times over, right? And yes, I sometimes forget about it and forget that this is what I want to be and do and how I want to present myself in life, the identity that I'm choosing, essentially, because the version of me that I am when the energy in my house is clean and clear and just high vibe and peaceful, it all has to do with me. How tidy am I keeping my home? How organized is it, right? Because that reflects what's within my mind. You feel better, right? I think there's so much more to keeping a tidy and organized home than we may even realize. But I've also really made it my point to work on my mind. Thing is, for many, not everybody, but for many, when they're super clean and super neat, they're trying to control outside of them because they can't control what's within their mind. For those people, I think a great way of figuring out if you have some inner work to do, if you're super clean, neat, and tidy, is, are you in control or is it controlling you? Do you feel peaceful after? Or are you still ruminating? Are you still having all these intrusive thoughts that you don't want to be having, even when everything's in its place and everything is clean and neat? And I'm not talking about like once in a while, obviously. I'm talking about every single day. Because if it is every single day, then it's probably a way for you to control what's outside of you because you can't control what's within you. So it's just something to be aware of and look at, because that was true for me once upon a time. I had a thing about never having clothes in the laundry basket. My laundry basket had to be clean. My pillows always had to be fluffed a certain way. If I had guests over, I would be fluffing they got up to go to the bathroom, I would be fluffing the pillow. That's not normal. That had control over me. I wasn't in control, right? Something outside of me, this need for everything to appear, keyword, to appear perfect. Meanwhile, within me, I had a lot that I needed to work on, right? But I didn't know what I didn't know. So now I'm coming from that way of being. So I know I'm in my power. If I can allow for a mess, especially when my toddler's playing, I'm a whole new mom to him than I was, not really, but you know what I'm saying, than I was to my daughter. As my daughter was playing, I was cleaning up after her and playing with her, which I feel bad for that. But I decided I don't want to do that with him. This is my second chance, and I'm not going to do that with him. So I let him play. Yesterday, he was throwing kinetic sand everywhere after the whole apartment had just been cleaned a couple hours prior. It took a shift within me. He was laughing and he was having so much fun. And it's not that I would condone this behavior. I just realized I can yell and I can lose control over my mind, get to cleaning and be mad at him and punish him. He's two, right? What he's doing is age appropriate. He's not hurting anybody. Nothing's breaking. It's sand. Sure, the apartment was just clean. We can clean it again. There's three of us here that clean. So I was able to calm my husband and my daughter down as well because they were all like, oh no, this is not real life. This is not happening. And this kid, my son, was having the time of his life throwing this sand. So I just took a minute before I reacted, and this is so huge for me, you guys, and huge for anybody, especially moms. When you're in that moment and you're about to flip out, whatever your form of flipping out is, mine would be raising my voice and telling him to stop, sitting him down somewhere so he knows now I have to clean up, so you have to get out of the way, basically. And me go and clean up angrily and my negative energy, and now his nervous system is all dysregulated. But in that moment, I chose different, and that is no small thing. It's huge, especially if you used to operate completely differently and not, and just skip the pause and just continue on to reactive and being reactive and whatever goes on, right? But responding You guys, it's just so next level. Honestly, it's so next level. It's such a better version of you than you are when you're reactive. So, highly recommend. It does take work. Like I said, it's in every cell of your body to react or whatever you've been operating from. It consumes you. It's not a small thing. It's not like we get to snap our fingers and boom. But I will say hypnosis definitely speeds things up major. It speeds things up, helps you see things clearer, quicker, and move things along faster because it's an audio that you would be listening to every single night. And so it reprograms every cell in your body. It reprograms you, and that's why I say you listen to it 20 for 21 days, or it takes 21 days to change a belief I mentioned earlier in the video. And if you've watched any of my other videos, when I speak on hypnosis, I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and it's the one thing that has changed my life that's natural and therapeutic and science backed, and anything I've wanted to upgrade or update or change my identity on today, I have used hypnosis for, and I don't know anything that works like it. It's quite magical, but it's science backed, right? I just call it magical because it really works. So, hey, Libby, did you guys want to see Libby? Are we matching today? Hey, look at the camera. Let them see your face. Let them fall in love with you. No, she's being shy. That's okay. Whenever you're ready. So, you probably have seen her in other videos. And if you haven't, go back so you could fall in love with Libby, our toy golden doodle. Oh my goodness, what a face. She's the sweetest thing ever. So, I say at least 21 days or more because depending on how long this has been existing within you, again, we're reprogramming every cell in your body. Give yourself time to assume the new identity, essentially. It's what we're doing. And here's what I mean by that. If that doesn't sit well with you, or if that feels like, whoa, what do we even, what? Here's what I mean by that. I want you to think about the version of you who has whatever it is that you want to have. So if you're in the wanting of anything right now, if you're trying to manifest something, right? Be it soulmate, love of your life partner, career of your dreams. Maybe you want to start your own business, better hair, thicker hair, natural hair color, a baby. Maybe you're calling in your spirit baby, trying to conceive. Maybe you're trying to manifest your house. Maybe you're trying to manifest whatever it is you do, more success in your work, clarity on your gifts, your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing in this life, what you're meant to be doing. Best friends, friendships, community, whatever it is, a vacation. Let's assume there's a version of you in a parallel reality who already has whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Just go with me here. There is a version of you who has whatever it is you want to be having, experiencing, feeling, doing, loving, enjoying, being, right? This version of you likely has, I'm pretty certain, they have different thoughts, different beliefs than you have right now. They maybe walk a little different. Maybe they walk a little taller. Maybe they speak a little softer. Maybe they dress differently. Maybe they use their time more wisely. Maybe they're not doing things that are not beneficial to them. So that's going to look different for all of us, right? So I want you to just tap into that version of you. And all I mean is think about her. Just set an intention right now, like to connect to her, that version of you who has what it is that you want. How is she feeling? Because what you're feeling is the lack, the absence of the thing that you are wanting, right? The thing that you're trying to manifest, which makes sense because you don't have it. But she, the version of you who has it, is feeling the being of it. She already has it. So, what is she thinking, feeling, and doing? How is she essentially being? Okay. Now, if I were you, and I'm going to myself go and apply this to what I'm currently manifesting, and I'm going to ask myself those exact questions. Because when I can get more clear on the version of me that has what I want to be, what I'm trying to manifest, It depends on how you want to look at it. I can bring that closer into my reality, or I can step into that identity. I can assume that identity, right? When I know how she's thinking, being, and feeling, and it's you. So you know yourself. So play a little game with your mind and let yourself go there. And you can get more and more clear on this, right? It's not something that you do once. Maybe you do it every day for a week. Get really clear. What is she thinking, doing, feeling on a daily basis, right? And let yourself go there. Let yourself feel the feelings of what it would be like to have what you are manifesting. Because once you can feel those feelings, you are being the identity of you that already has what you want. Does that make sense? This is the key, you guys. And it's very interesting because I've done this with everything that I've ever wanted and tried to manifest in my life, right? Everything that I've manifested in my life consciously, because we are manifesting all the time, all day, every single day. We are manifesting. When I was aware that I was manifesting all the time, I realized that it wasn't something woo woo and something weird and witchy and negative. It's basically trusting in God, having full faith in God that what we want is what He wants for us. And of course, it's already done. It is given before you even ask. So it's already done. Now, can we have the faith and keep the faith in the waiting of it? Right? Or depending on how you want to look at it, I don't like the idea of waiting for it. So, how much can I tap into the version of me who has what it is that I want? How much can I get into the feelings of how she's feeling? Right? She already has what I want to manifest. How do I tap into that? How often? And then, of course, with anything, we get better at it. And the key, you guys, is feeling those feelings, making those feelings familiar to your nervous system, your body, your subconscious mind. And once those feelings are familiar and essentially safe, it has no choice but to come in fully and it be our new reality. But we've already have been practicing what it is that we want. So when it comes, it's of course it's here. It's not like a huge shock. You may have moments where you're like, oh my God, it's actually happening, which is pure bliss. Love those feelings so, so much. Most days it'll just be normal because you've trained your nervous system, your subconscious, your mind to feel these feelings, right? So it's normal to you. You're not putting it on a pedestal. You're not in the lack of it. You've already manifested it. It's normal to you. And again, still exciting. You will have moments that are so super exciting and you're like, you're just aware of what has occurred. And maybe you're in the process of it and you're just like, oh my God, it happened, it's here, it's here. So you want to get in those feelings, right? Already saying, it happened, it's here. Oh my God, I can't believe it already happened, right? Put on some music, classical, country music, and EDM music, or EDM is my go to. Whatever works for you. Hopefully, one of those three, though, that are beneficial to your mind and feel into it happened. It already happened, right? So maybe you want to do that and then get to your journal and write down what it feels like to be the version of you that has it because you've already tapped into that. You've already tapped into her, the version of you. Play around with this, make this fun. When we were kids, you guys, I think we really did ourselves a disservice by detaching from our inner child. And we were told for years, grow up, it's time to grow up. You're not a kid anymore. And I think we should have kept that part, keep that part of us alive. A big part of being a child is using your imagination. So use your imagination. We all have it within us. Tap into your childlike imagination and let yourself just go wherever you want to go. Don't use logic. That's why I set up the music to bring your subconscious front and center and just rest your logical, analytical mind and let yourself just imagine the best version of you. Imagine what she's doing, what she's talking about, what she's feeling, what her daily activities are, and then take some steps that she does. Use some of the things that she does, if not all of it. All of it might be overwhelming, but do some of the things that she does every day. Make a commitment to yourself and you are slowly but surely stepping into the version of you, the identity of you who has what you are wanting now. So Again, command your reticular activating system wisely and in your favor and for your good. Notice what you are saying because it's like a command to your reticular activating system. So when something happens, when a nail breaks, it's not the end of the world and it's not a horrible day. And when you lose out on a deal or a meeting doesn't go well or your kids dealing with something or when you feel disconnected in your marriage, it's not the end. None of these things necessarily have to mean that it's the end. We don't have to let our minds go and make a big drama of these things. We can just pause and respond. This will work out in the best way that it's supposed to. And once you do that, your reticular activating system will look for evidence in your environment as to why that's true. Thank you for being here. If you are wanting more support in any of these areas of working with your mind and stepping into a new version of yourself, a new identity of yourself, and like keeping your mind in check, that's what I like to do. And I do that within my courses. This is why I created my courses to begin with. And then I decided to share them with everyone else because I know their power and their benefits. So check out my courses at Sophia with an FELLE.com. All my offers are there. I have something for everyone. And if I don't, please DM me on Instagram or email me. I'll list all my info below and let me know if there's something that you want, and I'll consider making it for you because I love you. You are worthy, you are enough, you matter, you are here on purpose. You get to live the life that you desire. Your heart's desires get to be your lived experience. They are not meant to just dream about. They're meant for you to follow it. And I can help you do that. I'd love to help you do that. It lights me up to do that. Thank you for being here. See you next time.